Today's November 8th. Today's quote is entitled, "Who are you becoming?" In attempting to reach new heights in your service, what you are becoming in the process is more important than what you are achieving. This is because we can't achieve significantly greater results by remaining where we are. In other words, the idea of this quote is the principle that when you want to achieve something, a lot of times we just look at the process for achieving it. If I do A, B, and C, I'll get the result. And we fail to realize that oftentimes it doesn't work that way. To get a result, you have to be qualified to achieve. And by be, I mean you have to be the person who has the mentality, the attitude, the determination, the intention, and so forth, and the beliefs to be able to achieve that. So if you want to achieve something, then you have to look at yourself and say, do I have the beliefs that are aligned with achieving this? Do I have the attitudes which would be aligned to achieve this goal? Do I have the determination? Am I afraid? Would I run away from this kind of success if it were available? Would I give up on the way? Would I fall? In other words, you have to first look at who you are before you look at the goal. Because if you just look at it externally, just in terms of processes, mechanical processes, or just do A, B, and C, it may not work. And even if it does work, if you're not Krishna conscious, what's the point? And secondly, even if it does work and you're not Krishna conscious, it's not going to last, because who you are as a person is going to sustain it. So, always work on yourself first, and then what you achieve will be a byproduct of working on yourself. That's how it works. That's just the way the world works. So, it's a very important principle. It's basic. Something I learned long ago. I was trying, if you've ever tried to achieve something and you're not achieving it and you're doing everything right, this is the place to look. Well, what's going on here? I'm trying to achieve, but it's not working. This may be the reason it's not working. It's just not, you are not in the position yet, internally. Externally, yeah, you have the talents, you have the skills, you have the intelligence, but internally you may not be ready. You're just not big enough. So like it said, you want to achieve something bigger, you have to be bigger inside. I think a clear example of this, which probably most of us know, is that if you want to change the environment, then you have to change the way people think, because we're a consumer culture, and a consumer culture is destroying the environment. So if we want to save the environment, we have to change inside. And then outside environment is going to change. If you take a group of people, if they change the way they think and relate inside, then the situation outside in an organization changes. It's just the inside is, outside's always a reflection of the inside. I went to a seminar once, long ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago. It was a seminar about money, and he said, if you don't have money, that's not a problem. He said, it's only a symptom of a problem. In other words, it's a symptom of how you think. So I like that, because you could apply that to anything. If you're not Krishna conscious, it's not the problem. The problem is the not Krishna consciousness. It's an external manifestation of an internal lack of Krishna. You see outside, I'm not getting up, I'm not chanting well. That's not the problem. The problem is deeper. It's inside. So whenever you're looking at something externally, you always want to look internally. What is the cause? So that's the idea of today's quote. So the other angle of this we can just throw in is that, as we said yesterday, service, or the day before, service is meant for our purification. So, whatever that service is, whatever we're doing, we should always be aware it's not just the service itself that's the goal, but it's also my purification, that I need this service for my purification. So we should always be conscious that internal growth is really at the heart of everything in Krishna consciousness. Both doing our service helps us grow, And to grow our service, we have to grow internally. Hare Krishna.